The OP version of Lucius is back. Hello again everybody, Sebastian Keynes here with another Watch Your Realms video. So in this one I'm going to be talking about Lucius, and Lucius is now logically making sense in Semrah. We just had here an update in the Forerunners Server that just rolled out, and I get a message from my co-host for Wars Going On, Arturos, that he was told by a Dragon Slayer member called Heratic, so thank you very much for giving us a tip, that Lucius's skill was actually fully resetting the stacks of Aegis Mode on Semrah when he was doing his runs. So as everybody knows here, one of the things originally when Lucius was introduced into the game, he would do 4 reloads on his weapon, and then on the 5th one he would take a buff away, and given how much speed you gave him, he would then start taking off the stacks on Semrah. But then it evolved, and now he only needs to load up, and then that first basic attack that he does when you activate his ultimate, if you do not let him get to the demonic stand, he will then just take away all the buffs the Semrah has accumulated up to 5. Now, okay, so now what's happening based on that, let me pull up a clip here that I just collected on a pseudo Semrah run that I did. Okay, so here is the setup that I ran here on Apocalypse 2, but because primarily I just wanted to make sure that that I got to that second mode and I could sustain him in that mode as soon as I can, so I could pick up the clips here. So let me even go further, because I just brought in my cast to help me get through the chain mode. So that's essentially what's going to go on here, and now this is when I start calling everybody back, and now we're going to just see Lucius in action. I left the tank in there just to make sure nobody else got slammed. I left the healers in there just to make sure everybody stayed alive for this demonstration. So that's essentially what was going on here. So right now, if you can see here, I'm letting Semrah build his stacks. So we just went from 1 to 2, and he should get pretty soon here to have at least 4 or 5. So I'm gonna kind of let this play out a little bit. So I don't wanna kill him, so that's why I'm not activating ultimates or anything, but I am keeping an eye on Lucius because I am going to need that ultimate soon. So for those of you that you do use Lucius here for Semrah, what you would then find out was when we did the dispel, then when he would then take his turn again, not only would he then bring back the stacks that he previously accumulated, but he would also add the stacks that turn provided him. So here I am at 4, and I think that this is where I made the decision to just go ahead and activate it when everything was ready. So that's exactly what I'm waiting for here. Make sure his rage gets activated, and there we go. Now I activated it. So now we're going to see it. It's all clean slate. So now let's fast forward a little bit just to see. Okay, so now Semrah takes his turn, but what are you guys noticing? It did not go to 5, which used to happen on the previous, before this update run. Now it goes back to 1. So here we go again. You can see it. Now it's at 4. So I'm going to let that play again, because here is a minute left. So it's almost like I just let him take the next turn, and in the next turn. So I'm going to clean things up again. So now I'm removing it. And I'm at 48, 47. Yep. So there, he takes a turn and is back to 1. So it was like, it wasn't in the patch notes. Nothing was clarified regarding the AI between Lucius and Semrah. But this is exactly what I expected out of the hero. That he was going to be able to manage these stacks and remove them. And then we're going to be able to manage this mode and, you know, not only complemented with the fact that he's doing a little bit of damage, but we can concentrate a little bit more on damage than trying to bring in people that have to get through that Aegis mode. So Lucius is back again. I think that Lucius is back again to the mode that he was when he first introduced into the test server in the game, not into this format that they changed it where he was just dispelling in his first basic attack. In fact, I think he even made him harder to use because of his damnation and his stacks and the fact that he would go into demonic mode at the most inopportune time. So if you wanted to use him and you wanted to make sure that you could balance that out, then you had to make sure that you did not give him any attack speed, because that's the only way that you were going to make sure that his ultimate was going to be ready for you to then use it for this encounter. Short video. I just wanted to show you this just so you have an idea of what might be coming up here in the global server soon. And now I think that this just makes Lucius a little bit more viable. And if you have him in your account, you might be able to take an opportunity and an advantage in terms of encountering this boss when you're forming your compositions. That'll do it for this video. If you did appreciate the content of the video, please do remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out. I will see you all in the next Watch Our Realms video.
Together, we are the shield.